you're going to Paris soon, you might be super excited, and for good reasons. And you might wonder why the Marais district is so famous, and you might want to learn some cool stuff about it. You might want to have some advice, a little bit of history. And if it's the case, you're at the right place. My name is Blandine, and as a Parisian for a long time, almost ever, I've been a big fan of the Marais district. I enjoy it a lot. So let me share some cool stuff about it with you. Le Marais is one of Parisians' favorite neighborhood district, and if you hear about the Bas Marais, it's the part of the Marais which is near the Seine. If you hear about the Haut Marais, it's the upper side of the Marais, it's more near the Place de la République. Let's begin with some fun facts, shall we? It was on this square that sword duels took place at the time. So, la Place des Vosges, which is considered to be the center of Le Marais, is a square space, and it was the Place Royale, the royal place, the royal square, a long time ago, because of the kings and queens buildings sitting around it. The statue of Louis XIII that you can see in the middle of the place shows you with his right hand the direction of the south, but mostly the direction of the King's building. And on number 6 of the square you would find the house of Victor Hugo, which is a museum, very beautiful museum, and it's free. You can enter and visit. It's a nice place to visit. From La Place des Vosges you can enter the Hôtel de Sully through its garden. It's an old mansion, and here again you will find symmetry in the architecture, which is a sign of the inspiration from the Italian Renaissance. The Duke of Sully was Minister of Finance of Henry IV in around 1600. If you cross l'Hôtel de Sully and go at the opposite side, you will enter la Rue Saint-Antoine. And la Rue Saint-Antoine was a very, very historical street, and that was the street where kings would ride from Château de Vincennes to the Louvre. So it was a very important street, and people came at the balcony to watch the kings go through the street. The mansion was built for a very influential archbishop, and its plan and architecture were inspired by 45 castles. You can enter the courtyard and have a look by yourself inside. Today, the Hôtel de Sens houses the Fournier Library, which very often shows exhibitions for free. You can access. You'll also find in the Marais very Middle Ages houses remaining. You will also find in the Marais at the end of it the town hall of Paris, which is very huge, and it was once destroyed by fire but then rebuilt almost at the same. The motto of Paris is Fluctuat nec mergitur, which is a Latin motto, and which means it talks of the boat, so it's usually represented by the boat. It is beaten by the waves but does not sink. A very interesting place in the Marais is les Archives Nationales, which is the building where we almost since the beginning saved our national archives, I would say, and it's called l'Hôtel de Soubise, and today it's a free museum, so you can enter and visit just freely. Usually a very interesting exhibition takes place, so it's a big mansion, but it's also a museum. Across the street from les Archives Nationales, you will also find another Philippe Auguste inside the building. You can go in freely, and you will see this old Middle Ages tower sitting there, which is very surprising. I would say la Rue des Francs-Bourgeois is one of the main arteries of the Marais, and if you go on the Rue des Francs-Bourgeois, you will end up at la Place des Vosges. So you can just go around la Rue des Francs-Bourgeois and you will see many mansions, especially at number 35, 37. you will find the Hôtel de Coulanges and its classicism, or at number 31 you will find l'Hôtel d'Albert, or at number 30 l'Hôtel d'Almeras, which we call hotels, very old mansions. Even at number 6 of Rue des Francs-Bourgeois you can enter le Musée Carnavalet, which is also a very old mansion. Very famous place to visit, and it's free. The Carnavalet is the museum of the Paris history, and it was also famous by the Marquise de Sévigné. So let me give you a little bit of historic background there. For a very long time it was almost swamps, and monks dried the lands to make some crop over there, and it all started at that time. Henry IV decided that medieval houses and streets had their day, and he wanted some modernity. And it's at that time that all the magnificent mansions that you will discover during your visit of the Marais were built. So my advice to you, if you want to understand a little bit more the history of Paris or the Marais district, is to visit le Musée Carnavalet, which is a very beautiful museum, and it's free, so don't hesitate, just go in. You might not want to do it all and take a very long time to visit it, so go and walk, and if you read everything you have to stay for 1 week. Another good museum to visit is La Maison Victor Hugo on the Place des Vosges, as I mentioned it, because you will have a very beautiful view on the place, on the square, and that's a good point. You will also understand Victor Hugo creativity. He was a writer, but not only a writer, he was also a very famous political man and very creative person. In the Marais you can also visit the Picasso Museum, which is also a very big mansion you want to see for the Picasso art, but also for the building itself. As a matter of fact, the Marais is the district of Paris where you would find the most free museum in Paris, which is crazy. And now let's talk about food. If you were to picnic, so you can picnic on Place des Vosges, which is a very nice place to picnic, or in the garden of the Hôtel de Sully, you can also picnic there. If you were to have a French meal in a French brasserie, you can go to Ma Bourgogne on the Place des Vosges. If you were to get some food for your picnic and you want gluten-free, you can go to Lion and Monkeys, and it's at 2 Rue de Turenne, which is 3 minutes away. And also have a quiet lunch in the inside court of le Musée Victor Hugo, which is a nice place, very quiet place. I like this place very much, and I like the garden of l'Hôtel Carnavalet also. So 2 museums where you can eat. It's nice, it's quiet. If you were to have the second best ice cream of Paris, because the first one is Bertillon on Ile Saint-Louis, you would like to go to Une Glace à Paris, and it's 15 rue Sainte-Croix de la Bretonnerie. They are delicious. It's a small boutique, it's a small store, but they are... If you want to discover a French market atmosphere, you can go to le Marché des Enfants Rouges, and it's Upper Marais, so you would walk over there, and it's a nice place. It's a very bobo chic, as we call it, which is a trendy place to go. What about shopping in the Marais? Shopping in the Marais is a very fun because you would find any kind of avant-gardist stores, fashion, candles. I would say everything which is new begins in the Marais in Paris, so you can go there. You will find what you like. Maybe you want to know more on the streets, and it's la rue des Francs-Bourgeois, la rue Vieille du Temple, la rue des Rosiers, rue Saint-Méry, rue Sainte-Croix de la Bretonnerie, rue de la Verrerie, rue de Turenne, rue du Pont Louis-Philippe, rue Pavée, rue de Sévigné. In short, the center of the Marais and everything. Find trendy boutique, trendy stores, and cutting edge of fashion, home decor, chocolaterie, tea and candle shop, everything is there. As for a big department store, the BHV is one of them, and it's the place to go when you want to DIY and find many fun stuff to DIY. As an artist, it's a place I love to go, and it's very hard for me not to buy anything over there. I want to buy everything. So I hope you will enjoy the Marais, which is very interesting, as much on the historic point that the everyday life point. So enjoy Paris, enjoy the Marais. See you!